Hi, everyone. It's Sarah, the founder of the Live Like Roof Foundation. Yes, it is Giving Tuesday, really a global day of giving after Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, very important day, Small Business Saturday. Please get off of Amazon and Macy's and go support your local small businesses. It's so, so important. We then ask people for more money on the charity side. You almost wish that the charity side was first so that people still had money, but here we are. So, the breaking news and what we've been telling you for the past week or so is that we have a $20,000 match. So, during the day, we're going to be telling some stories. We're going to be showing you some of the animals that we've assisted. And in this case, unfortunately, Corey has passed away. But his owner, Natalie, is here. And thank you, Natalie, first of all, for joining me. One of the tough aspects about running this foundation is that we have so many applications that sometimes, unfortunately, when we can't help immediately, we are helping after the animal passed away. And as sad as that is, I know for you, Natalie, you had said, he's gone, but also I have all these bills. And for us, like, we feel that that's tough because you've spent, I think, over $13,000 and you don't have a dog. And so sometimes even the $1,000 grant that we gave you means something during this really difficult time.
Absolutely. You said it perfectly. When he was alive, it was very easy to justify the expenses. And we knew that, oh gosh, there he is. We knew that as long as he was happy and had a good quality of life, that we had to continue on because we couldn't give up on him. But then when he was gone, like you said, we were left with these bills and just our memories. So receiving the grant was really really impactful for us, and it just means a lot to our family.
Yeah, and I know because you sent some pictures and oh, I mean, just so you had him since he was a puppy.
Yeah, we got him. Gosh, he was probably only like 11 weeks when we got him. He was so small.
I love this one too. Like
Yeah.
he's like, "Hello, I'm here to party. I'm a puppy." But how old was he too when he passed away?
So he was 6 when he passed away, 5 when he got diagnosed.
Yeah, which is just it's so hard. So hard. Look at him. Oh man, corgis just they all look like cartoon characters. They're just like the
Oh,
biggest,
yeah.
like, perfect animals. But tell us a little bit about his diagnosis and what happened at the end. I know it's hard, so thank you in
Yeah,
advance.
absolutely. So, in June of 2023, Corey had just turned 5, and we noticed that he had a lump on his chest, and he was having a little bit of difficulty breathing. Honestly, we weren't too concerned about it. I mean, corgis are kind of funny and have different reactions to things, but we took him in anyways. And the vet was concerned enough that they ended up doing a biopsy. And about a week later, we found out that he did have lymphoma. And then we pretty much immediately began treatment. And from the beginning, we knew that there was no cure. Our vets made that really clear, but that we could give him some more time. And for us, as long as he was happy and we felt like he was having a good quality of life, we knew that we wanted to try and we didn't want to give up on him. So during his first round of treatment, we paid everything out of pocket, and we had just purchased a new home a few months before he was diagnosed, so money was really tight, but we just made it work, and we counted down the days to December because that is when they were estimating that he would be able to be done with that round of treatment. And during that time, his treatment consisted of us going to weekly appointments. So every Friday, we would drive about an hour to go to the clinic, and that would cost anywhere from $750 to $1,200 per week. So it was a huge financial strain, but again, we couldn't give up. And then in December of 2023, he actually rang the bell and was in remission. So we were overjoyed. We were so excited. It felt like life was getting back to normal. But then in April of this year, he began having trouble breathing again. And we took him back to the vet, and they found that his lymphoma was back. So once again, we began treatment, and this continued off and on from April to September as the doctors tried different trials and medications, but we began to feel like we were just buying time. But again, we couldn't give up on him, so we just kept going throughout that whole time. He really didn't have many crazy symptoms to the chemo like we expected, or like you hear about with people. He was so happy. All the vets and the nurses at the clinic were always so happy to see him. We, in our family and all the doctors, we call him Corey the Corgi. So he was just such a light. So for the second round of treatment, we knew that we weren't going to be able to pay for everything out of pocket again. We just couldn't make it work. Sorry. So we did have to take out some debt in order to pay for those treatments and medications, and that accumulated to be about $13,000. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take your time. And then on September 1st of this year, we unfortunately lost Corey. And we knew that day would come, but we were still devastated. And like I said, while he was alive, we were more than willing to make those payments and do what we had to do, because it meant we had more time with him. But once he was gone, it all became more evident of everything that we had put into it, and it causes a lot of financial strain and stress. So all that to say, during his first and maybe even his second round of treatment, I had reached out to a few organizations just to see what the options were for families like us. It's not something you really think about unless you go through it or you have a friend that goes through it. But we found the Live Like Groove Foundation, and this past, the beginning of this month, we received an email from their team letting us know that they had accepted us for a grant, and we were just overjoyed and couldn't believe it. I mean, even though we've lost him, it obviously doesn't bring him back, but it does help relieve some of the financial strain for us this month. And we're just incredibly grateful for the organization and for the donors that made this possible. And in Corey's honor, I mean, like I said, he was just the light and the most amazing dog. And I'm honored to tell his story. And there he is. You can't really tell, but he actually had one brown eye and one blue eye. So he was just like the sweetest boy, but we really do appreciate it. And I'm just so thankful for everyone involved in this organization that's made this possible for our family. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's really hard. What you said is so true. Like, until you go through this, and that's why this organization exists, because when I got the diagnosis, I had no idea what to do. Do you do treatment? Do you not? Do you give them a bucket list and go crazy, which is what we decided to do. And looking back, I don't know if that was the right answer. I know it seemed like the right answer, but now, knowing everything I know and what I've learned, it's really hard, and you feel like you're just on an island, but there's so many people going through it. Right. So it is, and my friends, they don't really understand what I do until somebody near them is affected by it, or they are affected by it. And then they say, wow, Sarah, like this organization is really necessary. And the only reason that it keeps going is because of our donors. So, and people that you that are able to tell the story as tough as it is. And I know it's so hard. But I have good news for you. I'm going to give you $5,000 to help with those bills still.
You have no idea.
I do. I do. Yeah, I have an idea. So you're so welcome.
We're so grateful. I mean, that's really going to make such an impact. You know, my husband and I talk about it all the time. We're blessed that, you know, we were able to even have the option to do treatment. I know a lot of people can't do that, and we're just normal people. We have normal jobs, and you know, we're not live extravagantly and can pay for day to day, but no one can plan for these type of expenses. So I mean, it's unreal. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you're somebody that goes to the ends of the earth for their pet, which is our people. And he was just adorable. So again, I'm so sorry. I know like the money doesn't bring him back, but I just hope it does take a little bit of the stress away. So thank you to our Giving Tuesday donors. You made this possible. And Natalie, I'll get you those funds really soon. And again, I'm so sorry for the loss of that sweet boy, but thank you for coming on with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Natalie, everybody, we love making things like that happen. And again, we can only do it with our donors, who we really appreciate. But this sweet boy is really, really missed. And I can, just talking to her, I can feel that pain. It's a pain like no other. So, really appreciate her coming on to tell the story. More on Giving Tuesday coming up soon.